Here's Johnny. Thank you, Ed. Well, hello there, my social media family. Then of any subscribers and our businesses alike, or persons among yourselves who are affiliated, associated with, and I'm representing my own YouTube social media channel and our chat room. How are you all doing? You and yours, your persons, and any persons otherwise affiliated, associated with, and representing your different families, then of friends, your different households, as well as loved ones, relatives, and as well as yourselves. Well, hopefully everyone is doing at least okay, if not better yet to be said, all right, or if not best of all to be said. Whereas any of your persons, you know, you and your family members, or relative loved ones, and friends of your different households can or could possibly be feeling blessed and stressed. If not be feeling blessed and stressed, at least okay or all right. If not, best of all to be said. Excuse me. And whereas hopefully the same can or could possibly be said and stated for the record when it comes to personal matters of survival for business and or for pleasure. But then nevertheless upon a positive, legit, legal note of interest and for the greater glory when it comes to matters of me and mine. And now that I've gotten the preliminaries out the way, being not only the salutation greeting or the icebreaker, but then the basic intro as an introduction and our footnotes for that matter, taking care of necessary business at hand, then let's just get to the present social media broadcast being as it is of some of such video content at hand. And unfortunately, as it is to address the issue regarding or making reference to, or as it is involved in this one main proverbial nigger from damn hell, character among not just the worst, but the worstest of public nuisance problem neighbors, and not just one of the worst of, but in one of the worstest incendiary neighborhood communities within some such city limits and for the city of metropolitan Chicago, Illinois, USA, United States of America. And as he himself is one of the local drug pushers, social rejects, or losers. Anyway, though, yesterday for D-Day, that particular military holiday that celebrates the great sacrifices of our own American veterans. Then I myself am prior military enlistment personnel, and whereas here it is for June 6, 2024, 2024, and for yesterday, then which was for a Thursday. Now here it is June 7th, 2024 for Friday the weekend. Whereas this one neighbor from down here, a local drug pusher, has started in on me again. Whereas I come out of my apartment, here he is, whereas I'm coming out of my apartment to try to exit the building, whereas he's entering in like as if he had it all planned, Like I said, these neighbors from down here are worse ones yet than my last ones, and one of the more preferred incendiary neighborhood communities, if you know what I mean. Read between lines, fill in the blanks, as in, as it would be a no-brainer, as in self-explanatory, for one that is less, less impoverished, less poverty-stricken, with all of this food, with that much less food. That is what I meant to say. Excuse pardon, forgive me for butchering the English language of American dialect. And likewise, being a one that is less crime ridden compared to where I'm at now, Yeah. A total opposite of much more familiar territory, whereas I would like to get back there soon enough to one of the other ones. But presently I'm here, for this particular one, and whereas these neighbors from down hell in one of these less preferred vicinity neighborhood communities, as in one that is more impoverished, more poverty-stricken, more crime-ridden, and therefore with the worst neighbors from down hell being as they are, being because they are more creepy than the last neighbors from down hell who were more, like, how should I put it? More like midnight cowboys and spooks that sit by the door. And whereas this character of a neighbor from down hell has started in on me again, like I said, stated for record, as I was putting it in more words or less. Or so let me reiterate and repeat myself, of a line of thought, or at least paraphrase, if not quote exactly, And whereas he himself is like, like entering or coming into the building, as I myself am exiting, going out from the building here, and like there, he is like barking like a mad dog at me, I mean, really now. I'm sorry, I'm having to do more than pay my water bill. I mean, whereas I have been feeling sick as a dog lately. As a matter of fact, I've had to go to this one medical facility, being some such said in question, the former previous prime minister speaking upon those matters. Now it comes to mind, not that I'm wagging the dog, changing the subject, and before I were to get back to the original subject matter or topic of discussion to be debated, being as it is of a given argument with the many different views and or opinions to be affiliated, associated with, and representing thereof. But anyway, though, as I am trying to, leave as in go out of the building, whereas, as it, whereas he himself is supposed to be coming in and entering like he had it all planned, and whereas he resides as a tenant in a unit atmosphere place rather than apartment, a few apartment doors down from that of my own, upon the same floor level plan in the building here. Well, it's a really bad neighborhood. He's like mouthing off to me, talking all out the side of his neck, foaming at the mouth like a mad dog with rabies, and I'm trying to ignore him. I'm like telling him more was less. Could you please quit talking to me, Okay? I'm not bothering you. I wish you would leave me alone. I'm trying to ignore you, Why are you picking at me, And regardless of whatever he could have heard in my apartment so far as, verbal words as I'm on a phone line talking to a second party on the opposite end, so what? I have freedom of speech. It's supposed to be guaranteed in accordance to the First Amendment of our U.S. or American Constitution upon a city, state, and federal or national level. I mean, you're not going to attempt to physically assault me, for expressing myself, verbal sentiments, are you? I mean, that would be considered as a hate crime according to American and U.S. laws and bylaws of our city, state, and federal or national constitution to attempt to, physically, violently attack another individual person in the extreme sense of the word, just being that because one is expressing verbal sentiments, So he's talking smack to me, all crazy, like, he said like a mad dog foaming at the mouth with rabies. I'm trying to ignore him. I'm like trying to let him know I'm not interested. I gave at the office, as they say. I'm like, I choose not to engage in conversation of dialogue with you. So could you like please just leave me alone? Like, don't go away mad, just go away. You know. But he's like, steady attempting to push the envelope, So I'm leaving. I'm trying to leave it at that. But then, nevertheless, I have had to place a call to the police behind it because I felt intimidated, harassed or bullied, because I'm trying to let bygones be bygones. I'm trying to leave the building, trying to, how you say, go by the old saying, how they say, you know, we must learn how to properly disagree, if not properly agree. And he's himself is still attempting to force some kind of social environment or relationship upon me, upon my person. After having made me become subject to experiencing myself feeling like some kind, sort of type of a sexual assault victim or rape victim. I mean, he has gone all out his way to attempt to make my life a living damn hell. And which I've never done anything to him or said anything to him. Even so, to warn or justify all of this, unwelcome harassment, intimidation, or persecution, or as he himself continues to generate all of these here, negative bad vibes of hostility or hatred against my person, You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? With the exception of having stated my grievances as in complaining to the management of the building, being a real estate administrative representative personnel, how he himself would continue to violate his apartment rental lease as he would, just persist in continuing to totally disregard or completely disrespect my rights and privileges as his fellow neighbor of another resident or tenant with all of his late night criminal activities, and whereas he himself would go in and out of one of two back doors to the building more than the other one or another one, and mainly or mostly the one next to my apartment door for my own place of residence, atmosphere of a unit of an apartment, and therefore would cause me to not only lose sleep, but then nevertheless would, cause me to, wake up late and start my day off late, and quite often on a regular basis. And whereas there's not any other reason or no purpose for him to, from there, you know, generate all these here negative bad vibes of hostility and hatred against my person. Other than that, like I said, and say it for record. So let me repeat: I have never done anything to him or said anything, even so for him to come at me like this here. Then there are times he himself be, I suspect from bothering with my apartment door to possibly worse yet, be trespassing my premises properties of a place of residence as we have it for my own apartment where I presently pay annual monthly rent, utilities, etc. for this really bad neighborhood until I can get back to much more familiar territory where I'm just biding my time and hoping to save up some of such money, not only for moving expenses, but for that being a likewise or equal well or that much more so I can pay annual monthly rent to a future next and or new landlord for more familiar territory and or for one of the more preferred subsidiary neighborhood communities, as in one that is less impoverished or less poverty stricken with all of the different food deserts, and likewise one that is less crime ridden. But in the meantime, I'm having to just bide my time here and, play it by ear and hope that the crap don't hit the fan by just simply trying to think to ignore this character because obviously and or evidently he has it in for me. If he himself is keeping this going, the same old crap, the daily and nightly harassment, intimidation, or bullying of my person, And as he continues to assume in that rather twisted, warped, wicked mindset of his, like some kind of a nutcase, a crackpot, that he himself has a legit personal vendetta or grudge match with me. And I'm just trying to let bygones be bygones. I mean, life is short. You know what I'm saying? And wherever I am at, may God be with me, you know, or rather take, did I say may God be with me or take him with me? No, may God be with me, whereas he would guide me rather than take him with me, if you know what I mean. There's a difference. Hold that thought. User with the username of Mr. Magoo, could you not, do that if you persist in attempting to come off like an internet troll character to possibly become or be annoying? I will have to silence your chat, you know. And then if you persist furthermore to attempt to that much more be annoying, like some sort of such a type of a character, the same as said in question, another form of previous prime mentioned, then from there I will have to block you from my own social media channel and likewise chat room comment section. Whereas unfortunately, I myself being a my person am, like serving as my own moderator until I will feel comfortable with appointing somebody else to, become or be that for me to take care of that necessary business at hand so that I can focus upon more important business matters, being of which is to present onto my viewing and listening audience, that being a social media broadcast of video content. Stop it. Sir, you're going to have to stop this now, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to have to silence your chat. I don't hear any fire alarm of mine, you know, sounding defective. You're going to have to stop it now. I warned you already, you know. If you persist, I will take the necessary precautions at hand. Okay, here we go again. Okay, I'm going to have to silence this character. I'm sorry, you all. Let me see now. Yes, anyway, though, so that's getting back to some of such other. Sorry about that before I was so rudely interrupted. See what I mean? These internet trolls, and who knows? Some of them could be of the likes of my present proverbial neighbor from damn hell. You never know who could possibly be not only moonlighting as, the likes, and then as Crank called it, the stalkers for that matter. But anyway, though, this one neighbor from down hell been the main one. He threatened my life, and I'm having to call the police. Finally, the police come out, but then the two black woman police officers, cops, they had, acted like they had an attitude and adding insult to injury as if they were assuming that I'm just as much of a problem as he himself is. But anyway, though, you all take care and be safe. And if you have not gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, then think to accept him now as some such so that you can become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven. Don't have to worry about the lake of fire. Damn, y'all take care.